Good afternoon, friends. Let's read our Bible today, friends, in Ezekiel chapter 41, the temple. He brought me to the portico of the temple and measured the jambs of the portico. They were 5 cubits wide on either side. The width of the entrance was 14 cubits, and its projecting walls were 3 cubits wide on either side. The portico was 20 cubits wide and 12 cubits from front to back. It was reached by a flight of stairs, and there were pillars on each side of the jambs. Then the man brought me to the outer sanctuary and measured the jambs. The width of the jambs was 6 cubits on each side. The entrance was 10 cubits wide, and the projecting walls on each side of it were 5 cubits wide. He also measured the other sanctuary. It was 40 cubits long and 20 cubits wide. Then he went into the inner sanctuary and measured the jambs of the entrance. Each was 2 cubits wide. The entrance was 6 cubits wide, and the projecting walls on each side of it were 7 cubits wide. And he measured the length of the inner sanctuary. It was 20 cubits, and its width was 20 cubits across the end of the outer sanctuary. He said to me, "This is the most holy place." Then he measured the wall of the temple. It was 6 cubits thick, and each side room around the temple was 4 cubits wide. The side rooms were on 3 levels, one above another, 30 on each level. There were ledges all around the wall of the temple to serve as supports for the side rooms, so that the supports were not inserted into the wall of the temple. The side rooms around the temple were wider each successive level. The structure surrounding the temple was built in ascending stages, so that the room widened as one went upward. A stairway went up from the lowest floor to the top floor through the middle floor. I saw that the temple had raised base around it, forming the foundation of the side rooms. It was the length of the rod, 6 long cubits. The outer wall of the side room was 5 cubits thick. The open area between the side rooms of the temple and the priest room was 20 cubits wide all around the temple. There were entrances to the side rooms from the open area, one on the north and the other on the south. And the base adjoining the open area was 5 cubits wide all around. The building facing the temple courtyard on the west side was 70 cubits wide. The wall of the building was 5 cubits thick all around, and its length was 90 cubits. Then he measured the temple. It was 100 cubits long, and the temple courtyard and the building with its walls were also 100 cubits long. The width of the temple courtyard on the east, including the front of the temple, was 100 cubits. Then he measured the length of the building facing the courtyard at the rear of the temple, including its galleries. On its side, it was 100 cubits. The outer sanctuary, the inner sanctuary, and the portico facing the court, as well as the thresholds and the narrow windows and galleries around the 3 of them. Everything beyond and including the threshold was covered with wood. The floor, the wall up to the windows, and the windows were covered. In a space above the outside of the entrance to the inner sanctuary and on the walls, at regular intervals all around the inner and outer sanctuary, were carved cherubim and palm trees. Palm trees alternated with cherubim. Each cherub had 2 faces, the face of a man toward a palm tree on one side, and the face of a lion toward a palm tree on the other. They were carved all around the whole temple, from the floor to the area above the entrance. Cherubim and palm trees were carved on the wall of the outer sanctuary. The other sanctuary had a rectangular door frame, and the one at the front of the most holy place was similar. There was a wooden altar 3 cubits high and 2 cubits square. Its corners, its base, and its sides were of wood. The man said to me, "This is the table that is before the Lord." Both the other sanctuary and the most holy place and double doors. Each door had two leaves, 2 hinge leaves for each door, and on the doors of the outer sanctuary were carved cherubim and palm trees like those carved on the walls. And there was a wooden overhang on the front of the portico. On the side walls of the portico were narrow windows with palm trees carved on each side. The side rooms of the temple had overhung. So here they made the temple of the Lord, which is very holy, and they made it in the most excellent way and spend the best of the materials as to really glorify the Lord our God. Because the Old Testament it was the Lord, it was the Father God who was really talking and really connecting with the holy people in the old times, and during the time of Jesus it was the New Testament. So here Ezekiel belongs to the book of the Old Testament. So here they really build the temple of the Lord in the most excellent way and in the most special way, because they love the Lord and they really considered it the most holy. So for us, we cannot build a temple of the Lord, but within ourselves we can build a temple of the Lord by really making ourselves beautiful in the sight of God, and to really be careful in everything you do, so that the temple of the which is ourselves be very beautiful in the sight of the Lord, and we will be blessed in making ourselves holy and making ourselves to really avoid sins that really angers the Lord. And also the other temple of the Lord is the church, the buildings that we belong, whatever religion or beliefs or congregation and fellowship you belong. Really need to really respect the buildings that is rented or created for the temple of the Lord, to really make it holy, because the Lord will be happy for that, because we really give importance to what really belongs to the Lord. So I hope you enjoy the temple that you have with the Lord, either building or yourselves. Make it beautiful and give all the best you have in order to make it holy and make it beautiful. Thank you so much for reading with me the Bible. Have a nice day. God bless you all.